Alright, what's up, yins, guys? I'm going to talk about an old movie here. This came up in conversation when I was watching television, and something on television or watching on the news about shootings actually sparked a conversation, an old memory of like an old movie. So, um, anyway, it was something on the news that we were talking about how like people got shot before and different things on the news because toy guns, they're supposed to have that little uh, bright orange plug in the end of the gun, like to identify a toy gun. That's what has to be done now. But me and a girlfriend were talking about that because we saw uh, on the news about like shootings and uh, because of stuff like that. Anyway, you could get shot because if you're dumb enough to play around with a toy gun and don't have that little orange plug that identifies it as a toy gun. I ain't gonna bore you with all those details. But anyway, it sparked a conversation of an old movie that popped into my head, and I was having a conversation with the girlfriend about it. And this was an old movie that I saw in the mid '80s on HBO home box office when I was a teenager, probably when I was about maybe 13 years old or something like that. But the movie was called Tag the Assassination Game. And I was telling a girlfriend about it, and she never seen it. But this was a movie that I watched, that I saw, way when I was a kid. And I'd be interested in, if you guys want to check places like Amazon.com or someplace that sells movies, see if they ever put that out in DVD, I'd be interested to know. And right as we speak, I'm going to check anyway, but it would be fun if you guys check on it, see if this movie's available to watch at all. But anyway, I'm going to tell you about this movie, but keep in mind if any of you guys have seen it, you give me a text message, on this video that you've seen it. Keep in mind, I'm going to have details the best as I can because I'm doing this from memory. I haven't even seen that movie since 1985 or something like that. And so this is the best details. I remember all the best parts. So anyway, what the movie was about was they're like this college campus. The characters, a couple of your main protagonists, and of course the bad guy who was going on the killing spree. And the movie was the bad guy, and of course, and on this college campus there was this game, kind of like people would play paintball or different kind of games you would play with toy guns, but on a college campus, I guess when they weren't doing schoolwork and had free time, they had what the movie was about: tag, TAG, the assassination game. It was an acronym, and it was a game, like playing paintball for fun. And of course, that was why the movie was called Tag the Assassination Game. So anyway, they had these toy guns that, remember, we had as kids that shot the little dart out with a little suction cup on it, and it was bright orange. And the person, of course, or teams that would shoot the other one got shot, was the loser. So anyway, what happens in the movie, it unfolds, and it has a funny ending. The very ending, I'll tell you in a minute, but it starts out, they're playing this game, okay, and the one that turns into the bad guy, of the shooter that turns into the serial killer, he was the champion in this game, and he was really proud of himself and everything, but um, he becomes later on a sore loser, uh, so to speak, because what happens, one of his next targets, I guess it was a setting in the shower stalls area, And to make a long story short, I forget exactly how the details happen, but one of them drops a gun. One of them drops the toy gun, and when it bounces off the floor, it actually, uh, the dart actually shot our bad guy protagonist, So instead of losing, so the guy loses by a kind of a fluke, a weird a streak of luck, bad luck for him, good luck for this one other guy. And what happens is that this happens, and the guy says, "Oh, wait a minute." So the guy's all like, "Oh, wait a minute, this doesn't count. Come on, can we just forget about it and all that stuff? Nobody knows what you and me and all that." And the guy goes, "No, no, it counts. Sorry, man. You were the champion already, but now you're the loser now, so you lost, and you got to deal with that." So the guy walks away in a huff, and our other guy was still in the shower. So the guy gets real mad, and he's like irate. He's enraged just because he lost, and I guess. And what he does next, he goes in his room, gets a real gun, and he comes back with a real gun, but he has the little toy plastic dart in it. And he comes back to the guy in the shower and opens it up, and the guy goes, "Hey, what are you doing back here? Look, I mean, the game's over for you. You lost. What are you doing?" And so he takes the gun and holds it down to the floor so the little dart falls out, and he points it at him, other words saying, "Look at me, I got a real gun now." And he shoots him for real. So the guy proceeds to go, in the movie, goes and decides that that's not enough, so because of his insanity, whatever was wrong with his mind at the time, he decides to take it further, and he's going around stealthily, like he's playing the game, but actually he's getting rid of, killing all the opponents in there for real, but he's catching them by themselves alone so you don't get caught, and he's killing them all and stuff like that. And then there's these other main protagonists that show up, are showing up during the movie that unfolds later in the climax at the end of the movie. But anyway, each time this guy is sneaking and shooting somebody, he's actually calling in to the area to other people that are on the drawing board of the game. I guess they go into one main area and tell the people managing the game, so they could cross off the list. And he had his name list from the very beginning of the movie. He had his name under. He was winning, and he was showing the movie the names of all the people he knocked off, in the game. So meanwhile he's shooting these people for real, and then he's actually calling in and saying, "Yeah, this is so and so. I shot so and so here, and he was at the men and all that." So this goes on for quite a few people in the movie. He's knocking them off. But then there's like a couple other protagonists, and the police do show up in the movie later. One cop. Keep in mind, I'm talking about this from memory. I mean, I remember this movie all the way back in the mid-'80s, from '85. I've never seen it since. Okay, so a couple of the main protagonists, I guess I forget exactly how they become onto this guy, that I guess maybe somewhere along the line, I don't remember how they find out about him. That's the only part I don't remember for sure, but he's after like the one woman, and it was this other guy. And I guess the cop was related to one of these other two protagonists these protagonists who become aware later that they are going to be, he's going to try to shoot them with a real gun, and they found out that he was shooting these other people with a real gun. And so these other two protagonists, I think for sure that this cop was related to them, and they get him. But anyway, finally later on in the movie, the final standoff happens, and all that. I think the one woman takes the little toy gun. The guy's almost announcing, his demented mind. I guess he was going to kill one of them. So she has a little toy gun, and she's thinking that she can cancel out his demented personality and mind, and takes the little toy gun and shoots him with it and says, "You're dead. The game's over." And he goes, "No, I'm not dead at all. And you're going to be in all that stuff." And meanwhile, to make a long story short, I don't remember the rest of the details of the movie, but the cop is on the scene. Well, our bad guy is just waving the gun around. The cop shoots him down, and right when the guy's about to fall over dead after the cop shoots him, he goes, "That wasn't fair." And then he falls over and dies, and then that's the end of the movie. But yeah, the movie turned out to be end up having like a funny punchline, how the bad guy ends up dying in the movie. But it was kind of very interesting movie over there. Had a kind of a funny ending, and I'm curious myself to see if the movie's actually available in DVD. I mean, I brought it up, I think, to maybe one or two people in the past, I think, and I might have brought it up to family members, that movie. So anyway, it was kind of an interesting movie. I'll probably make a video on maybe other real old movies that people forgot about. I mean, if any of you people that know me on here have any other movies, maybe from the mid-'80s or somewhere, that you haven't seen on DVD, or that you forgot about, or other people have forgotten about except you, just do a text message or do a video or whatever, But yeah, I myself am going to go online and check and see if that movie is available, just for the heck of it, and see. Alright then, yep, that's the end of this video, so see you next time.